I, Minerva Hermosa, will report and examine the study about teaching and learning multicultural awareness. The topic involved in this discussion is cultural recipe book. Listed here is the URL or Uniform Resource Locator used for the studies. iEarn International is the proponent of this activity. The topic Cultural Recipe Book was created by Andrea Rogero of Brooklyn, New York, USA, an iEarn International teacher. The students involved are from K5 and grade level 6 to 8. The content areas are language, arts, and social studies. Language because this activity enhances the writing, reading, and listening skills of the students, most especially in English language. Arts because they presented the final project creatively. And lastly, social studies because it developed cultural awareness and enhanced critical thinking skills among students. According to the teacher, her goal for this project are to promote cultural development, respect among the students, to tie in the social studies curriculum, to promote appreciation of the students' ethnic backgrounds, and to have a cultural celebration. She pointed out that the students' goal for this project are to appreciate their own background, to learn other cultural backgrounds, to learn the historical perspective of specific cultures, and to develop data about cultural recipe book. Some of the highlight of the studies are the following. Student will A. Know how to use database resources such as books, internet sites, videos, resources, and student input. This activity will help students to be knowledgeable about the various skills needed in research. Hopefully, the skill that learned will be used for the betterment of the students. B. Student will understand the importance of collaborative approach. To make this project more meaningful and timely, teacher taught the student to use collaborative approach so that they can communicate anytime. I believe that the key for the success of any activity is for having open line communication of both teachers and students. C. Student will apply time management. Because of hectic schedule of the participant and researchers, teacher taught her students to budget their time wisely. As we know, one of the many tasks of the teacher is teaching their students to apply time management at all times. I believe that through this activity, students will learn to value their time and effort so that they will be successful in life. It can be seen in the timetable of this activity. D. Student will appreciate their identity and other culture. This project will help students to appreciate their own culture, history, and identity because they are encouraged to research the recipes of typical foods or dishes in their locality. as well as the origin of the ingredients and recipes, and the legends and stories behind them. Hopefully, this will open the awareness of the students about the beauty of their own culture. And E, student will learn the importance of unity in diversity. Another highlight of this activity is to open the eyes of the student about other cultures in the world, and they will realize that every countries have unique cultures and traditions. And in spite of it, they still continue to unite and value diversity. Feedback. The topic discussed is unique, challenging, develop concerns, and promotes cultural awareness. The project made by Andrea Ruggiero of Brooklyn, New York, USA is unique because she presented the lesson and project in unique way by means of studying of different dishes of the countries so that they can make their own recipe book. It is also challenging because she presented the lesson in history and culture through the recipe book. Honestly speaking, I felt very surprised and amazed by this project. Through this activity, students will develop concerns about their own identity as an individual, family, and nations. I am very much aware that this undertaking will promote cultural awareness among students because they will know and appreciate their own and other cultures. Comments. The discussion is relevant and timely, significance in the development of student awareness, and promotes good citizenship. I believe that this activity is timely because students will be aware about the culture of other society and other countries too. Most especially in a time like this that student doesn't appreciate their own identity as a nations. It is also relevant because Filipinos nowadays love to eat and cook of different cuisines. Through this, they will learn to value our Filipino foods and recipes. The studies are significant in the development of student awareness because it opens the minds of the students not only about the taste of the food but rather the unique and colorful dishes of our country. I also realized that teaching social studies is not only about the facts, ideas, or concepts, but rather to make sure to facilitate learning in unique and enjoyable one. My suggested topic that are related to social studies, society, and culture will be adaptation of our own recipe book. I believe that this kind of activity will help our students to really understand our culture and history. So it's just right to adapt this project in our social studies class. Social studies teachers make some innovation so students will be encouraged to do their own recipe book that will lead to understanding of our identity as a nation and laro ng lahi. Now that the student know the significant roles of the foods in our identity, how about we try to make an activity that is related to iron project? Instead of food recipe, we focus on the various traditional games in the Philippines. Through this, students will understand that various tradition games in our country and know the influence of it in